What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to yet again another video with your boy Thic. We're back here at CES Motorsport, got all the cars out front, but today we are going to be working on, you Supra boys are gonna be happy about this one, we're working on the Supra, working on the Shop Supra. So if you guys don't know, CES has a Shop Supra that is currently running 9s. We're gonna be doing an update video in the future, talking about all the modifications on the car and exactly what's done to it, what has changed. But Souvenir was kind enough to send out a new lip that they are selling for these cars, which in my opinion looks really, really good. If I still had my old Supra, I would 100% run this lip. It's a very, very clean design, but it's simple, and that's really why I like it. In addition to that, we are going to be installing the American Panda Supra badges, front and back. However, these are the version 2s that have an NFC chip inside of them. So you can actually link your social media or your website, whatever you want. And when you put your phone up to the badge itself, that'll actually bring you right to the website that you put inside of the badge. So we're gonna be doing a new drop on those this Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern. I'll have the links for everything that's in this video down below, but let's get into the install. All right, so we got the Supra up on the lift. It's got the beautiful AWE exhaust system running here. This thing is an absolute monster. He's now running 9s with this car. Here is the new lip from Souvenir. And like I said before, it is a pretty simplistic design, but I think it's gonna look very, very good. You've got 9 holes right here up top, and this is a full carbon fiber lip. The other nice thing about this lip is we're gonna be using 3M to install it, as well as all of the factory bolts that go in right here. So these are little plastic pieces, and then you've got 3 actual bolts in the center, and then more plastic pieces on the side that will pop out and actually lock it into place. But it seems like the lip is very form-fitting, so I don't think that this thing is gonna be too difficult to install. First thing we're gonna do is pop all these out, get it all ready, and then mock it up to the car. And then these are the badges that we'll be doing as well. Really, really simple design. So basically the backing plate can be paint matched to any OEM color that you want. Even if you have a custom color, we can do that as well. But they're pretty basic, just blacked out, clean, and they have a chip. You guys can see the circle right there. They have a chip inside of them, so you can actually download the app right here to go ahead and put whatever website you want into this chip. And then once you put your phone up to it, it'll actually bring you to that actual page. So without further ado, let's get into the install of this. Should be pretty simple, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. All right, so all of these holes across here should be 9 of them. These are directly what this lip is going to be bolting up into. So first we're gonna lay on the 3M, and then we'll go ahead and mock it up. I will probably use a couple of self-tapping screws over here, just so it's not only 3M holding it on. The holes are large enough for all of the factory bolts, which is good. So we should be able to just mock it right up onto the bumper, and then go ahead and put all the bolts in. All right, 3M is all up on here. We're going to create a couple of slits. Just put a couple of slits in the tape so we can peel it back and just have a couple of areas where the 3M is exposed, but not all of it, so we can mock it up and make sure we get the fitment right. And then we'll pull off the rest of the protective side of the tape and adhere it on, and then we can work on the bolts. All right, so we just threw it up with just the 3M, and it looks, man, the fitment is like really freaking good. Everything is edge to edge, and it just makes putting the lip on so much easier. But I think, wait until you guys see this actually down on the ground with some decent lighting, it's a really good look. The top forms to the odd like bevel shape of the factory front lip, and then it levels it out so it's like nice and flat. Some of the lips, they kind of follow that and it just looks weird, but when you have it flat like this, I just think it looks a lot better. And then you have the winged up sides over here. Yeah, it looks really good. So now we can go ahead and actually put in all of the factory bolts in it, and then we should be good. All right, so we got everything on here. I did put one little self-tapping screw in each corner, but honestly, probably not even necessary. So the nice thing about this lip is it uses all of the factory hardware that already exists in the factory splitter on the Supra. So these are those plastic pieces right here. I did drill out the holes a little bit in the carbon lip to make them a little bit bigger to fit these. And then the Torx bolts right here, the 3 in the front, these are actually threaded. So it's essentially the same thing as if you were to like nut and bolt this. So you have 3 threaded screws up front, and then you have the remaining plastic screws over here holding it in. I just threw a couple of self-tappers in. And then obviously you have your 3M. Turned out really, really good. Super clean looking lip, man. I love the design of it. Very form-fitting, fits the front very well. Really cool. So now we're gonna bring the car back down and we're gonna get into these badges. These badges make such a big difference. Can't wait to show you guys. This looks so much better. Look at it. Wow. It like form fits so well to the front. Yeah, that looks amazing. So honestly, the only thing sticking out right now that looks like complete garbage is the factory badge. You can even see on his, it's starting to fail. So this actually happened to me. This happens to pretty much all of them. But these badges just start to fall apart and they get super scratched up very easily. So we're gonna replace it with the blacked out ones. And these are so easy to put on, you guys. Oh my God, it's gonna look sick. It's gonna be so murdered out. Yeah, that's gonna be badass. It's really all this car is missing. So we've got some fishing line. We're gonna run it back here, pull this thing off. There are gonna be 2 little tabs in here that you have to break that lock to the other side of the bumper. So you will have to break those off if you wanna do this, unless you wanna take off the whole front bumper, but I don't think that's really necessary. And then the new one is literally just 3M. So you wanna do a really good job of cleaning behind there. Make sure you get all the old adhesive off. Don't use a rubber erase wheel because this is plastic and you will chip the paint if you use a rubber erase wheel on plastic bumpers. Trust me, don't do that. You're just gonna have to use your thumb and like a plastic razor blade and be very, very careful. A little bit of isopropyl and eventually you'll get it off. But I'm telling you, this is gonna make a huge difference to this car. It's gonna look so much more badass. All right, let's get into it. All right, so I just got it all cleaned up and it should look, make sure you guys have it look like this before you put on the new badge. Make sure there's no existing adhesive. You can see the 3 parts where I had to break the tabs. Sometimes they'll just break off when you're peeling off that old backing plate, or you can try and use something like this and just sneak behind there and snip them when you're pulling it off, but there should be 3 just like that. So now we are actually good to go to throw on the new one. I used a little bit of Goo Gone and then some isopropyl alcohol. And all we'll do now is take off the protective covering on the back, reveal the 3M, and place her on. You just want to be very careful when you're doing this. So make sure that you have it lined up perfectly before you stick it on. It's obviously a very delicate part of the process. So take your time with this part, make sure it's good. Freaking killed it, dude. Looks so good. Just the way to go. Just the way to go. You can get them in any OEM paint factory colors. Or if you have like a custom wrap or anything, we can do that too. We can match that. But it looks so good, man. Completely changes the car. All right, so same situation with the back. A little bit of fishing line on the back of this. There's no clips on this side though. So when you do this, it's really just adhesive that you're gonna have to clean up, peel off, and then we'll line it up. All right, man. So that is everything. It completely transforms the car. It's all blacked out. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to program the front badge. If you go to the instructions that come with the actual badge itself, it tells you how to do it. You basically just download the NFC technology app. There's 2 different QR codes that you can use in order to do it. So I'm gonna do John's for him. So we'll go with iOS, which is what my phone is. It should bring up the app itself. So now we go down to other. First thing it says we got to do is erase tag. So now we go up to the badge and scan it. All right, so now it is erased. Now we'll go down to right. Then we're gonna add a record. and then we're going to do a URL. And so what I'm going to do for this one is I'm actually just going to add John's Instagram, but he can of course change this. You guys can change it to whatever you want. Go into my Instagram here, go to CES, and then we will copy URL, go back, okay, hit OK. For the last one, we're going to go to right, and we'll hold this back up to the badge. We are good to go. So now when we take the phone and set it up to the badge itself, it'll bring you right up to their Instagram. Pretty cool, man. So you can do anything. I mean, you can put your normal website on there, www.cesmotorsport.com, or of course you can put your socials, whatever you guys want to do. You could even do like a link to an email if you wanted to. Pretty cool little feature. So these are the new badges from American Panda. We're going to have these on sale for you guys this weekend. I had a lot of you guys asking for these, and we just finally got a bunch done and ready for sale. So we'll have a bit of a pre-order ready for that. And then of course the new lip from Souvenir. Just from those few things that we did today, this car looks already so much better. Man, if I still had a Supra, this would be the lip. For me, this thing looks freaking so good. So we're gonna do a future video on this car talking about what all is done to it specifically and take you guys for a ride and do all that. But I wanna show you guys real quick, briefly, what we have done to it so far. Car is currently running a 9.5 second quarter mile, and it is still on the Pure 800 turbo. So he's got the hybrid Pure 800 turbo. He's running the EO Speed intake manifold. He's running Snow Performance methanol injection, obviously full bolt-ons, exhaust, intake, charge pipes, stuff like that. It does have the Pure drivetrain built transmission, and then the car is being tuned by Pure Boost on MHD. It does also have built axles in the back as well. So this thing is a freaking rocket, dude. Casual 9-second street car that just honestly decimates, and these cars are so light, they perform so well at this power level. The transmission was a must though. He wasn't really able to break underneath the 10s until he did the transmission, but it's stock motor, it's not a built motor or anything like that. So even with a hybrid and just a very, very basic setup, I think he's running E50, I want to say, with the port injection and the methanol. He's making enough, well into enough power to get himself into the 9s. He could probably get closer to lower 9s too. I think the goal is to make this thing, you know, a 8-second Supra. He also has a drag pack for this car, which is just sick. I'll throw up a photo right here and show you guys what it looks like with the drag pack on it. But yeah, I just want to give you guys a quick update, and then, you know, we'll do some updates in the future about this car and do a full ride along and all that. I also forgot, we have these lip protectors here that are just 3M. We're going to throw these on the bottom. Super easy to install. These, you know, I mean, they're not going to help you if you hit something straight on, but from underneath, they do help. So you basically just place them along the entire edge, and they're just 3M, but they actually work pretty well. So I'm gonna throw these on. I'll show you guys what they look like. All right, so we applied the protector in the front. You guys can pretty much put this on however you want. I just think it's easier to cut each piece up to make it kind of form fit. Oh, dude, this transmission is so smooth. The ZF and the Supra versus my DCT is, oh man. Yeah, it's very, very nice. All right, man, let's see how this thing looks. I love the Venturi headlight intake scoop thing in the front. This looks so freaking sick, man. Oof. Dude, this car looks so good with that lip and the badges. Oh my God. It's just like the cherry on top, man. Oh my God. This shit is aggressive. Ooh, she is running ethanol. This thing looks amazing on TEs. I feel like you can run TEs on any car and they work. You know what I mean? Like, TEs are just the universal wheel. If you don't know what wheels to get, just get TEs. They're always gonna look good and people like them. So anyways, tell me what you guys think, man. I think this turned out really good. I think this Supra is pretty much there as far as aesthetics are concerned. It's just a nasty, badass looking, murdered out Supra. Looks super good. All right, guys, so that's gonna conclude today's video. I think this turned out really well. I'm gonna have everything linked down below. Go ahead and hit those links if you guys are interested in buying the products. Big shout out to the guys over at CES Motorsport for allowing me to use their Supra today to install these products. But that is gonna wrap this one up. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.